So my father used to always say that don't do many scary, khatarnak mustahabbat, because some mustahabbat are really khatarnak. But we all know about our spiritual food, that how our Imam used to connect to Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. So literally, I know this is the munajat, that beautiful whisperings and najwa by which Imam alayhimus salam, they used to take the benefit of this month. Don't always be very lenient about your time. Like, make sure, the way we make sure that I have to get enough sleep, the way we say, I need something to do, some exercise. So this exercise, this workout out is also really important.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم Salamun alaikum and welcome to another of our Faraj Podcasts. This time we have a very esteemed guest with us, Aalima Razia Batool Najafi, who is very kindly agreed to join us today. And thank you so much for joining us.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
It's an honor to meet you again, come across you again.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, it's been I think you moved out of Qom and we missed you the most.
Same here.
Today the topic will focus a lot on the spiritual journey in the 3 months of Rajab, Sha'ban and Ramadan, month of Ramadan. A lot of the times when we talk about spiritual journey, it comes across as something that's restricted to the Urafa or the Tullab of the Hawza, and us as, at least myself as a person, it's something that's far-fetched. We have this hadith to talk about, like Al-Maliki Tabrizi himself in his books talks about the angel from the heavens who announces at the start of Rajab who is going to pray, who is going to ask, come and ask. And a lot of the times we get so overwhelmed with life that we forget to make use of these months, or maybe we are a bit more neglectful than we should be. And unfortunately we end up losing. So especially I as a woman myself, work, studies, kids, house, husband, and everything, and you get so overwhelmed. Maybe the first 2 weeks of Rajab we can manage. After that, everything just falls. That's it. Then it's like just scraping through. So that's where I wanted to get your expert and your spiritual, your opinion in this world of spirituality. That how should we make the maximum of these 3 months, specifically for mothers, and how do they train their children in this field, and how do they train the children to take advantage? Because I think a lot of times it starts from a very young age. So how should they help the children to make the most of these months?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. A very beautiful question. And the most missing part which we have in our, unfortunately, day-to-day life is that, especially we as a mother, we don't that much appreciate the time, the importance of time. And the way I love Imam Hussein alayhi salam, he's giving us this beautiful message that time is part of you. Like, if you are missing out a minute, not even a minute, a second, that means you're missing out, you're part. So like literally Imam says, who are you? You means your definition. You, if you want to know who you are Ayyam.
Yes.
So every day is definitely is talking to us. Ana yawmun jadid wa ana alayka shaheed fa'amal fiyya khaira. So the way time has this awareness, time itself is alive. So we don't feel it, unfortunately. We don't believe on it, that time.
We don't appreciate it to the most of its capacity. I think a lot of our day just goes and goes, and we're just moving from night to day and day to night and just going through it without.
And this this concept which we have about the importance of the months and the days, I truly appreciate it. I say, Ya Khuda, you're so, merciful that you have divided the days and the months to some particular, the effect and the nur and the good tidings about that month. So even in Mafatih al-Jinan, if you see the start of the year of all Muslimin and lover of Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala, actual, the beginning of the year is Rajab for spirituality. Yeah, A'mal al-Rajab first comes, then Sha'ban, and then Ramadan al-Mubarak. And even the names itself, the names have so much attraction. So we as a mothers, if we feel, if we taste the, the joy of these opportunities, that automatically in our day-to-day life, in a very natural way, we can shift it to our children. We don't need a special time, so just you say, wow. For example, I remember I used to say to my cousin, my Hussein, my little one, that Rajab, to look at Allah Ta'ala. For example, first he says, come, wash up yourself from this river, because Rajab, according to one tradition, it's a neher, yeah, it's a water, like heavenly river. And then Sha'ban, Sha'b means the way Allah has scattered the branches of Tuba tree. So now, because you are clean, you have done your somehow takhliya, then you're just grabbing those branches of good deeds and just you're hanging and going towards that high levels. And then Ramadan is the real Ramadan al-Mubarak, is the real month where you will reach to your destination. You will become free from all those chains and shahwat and desires and that very narrow world. Just you're becoming very muta'ali. So even I love because everyone knows the meaning of Ramadan is just you are becoming a light, because you are burning all your fats, fats of guna and sins and that all garbage which we were carrying with ourselves. So you feel truly light. So light, branches and river, these are very simple, doable, tangible, practical examples which we can work with our children. And if you remember, maybe that time you are not in Iran, I used to have a corner for kids in my house. And I remember Ali, my son, he made all this Sha'ban tuba tree and the branches. And I used to invite, definitely our beautiful mu'minat over here, and they would come and they do some, activities about tuba tree and why Sha'ban is Sha'ban, why Rajab is Rajab. And I used to make some rhymes. And I because I have learned from Bibi Fatima Zahra salamullahi alayha, the way she used to say some lullabies in a very beautiful way. Yes. This teaching our kids with the rhymes is, the source is from Lady Fatima Zahra salamullahi alayha. So we can do as a mother wonders, with joy, with love, with definitely ma'rifah, little ma'rifat and understanding which we have. First, we have to feel it. Then we can shift it, those feelings of, the very special, the protocol which Allah Ta'ala is giving to us as a salika ilallah.
You explained it very beautifully, that it's this sense of ma'rifah, it's this moving from sin towards light, moving from this darkness towards nur. And also the month of Rajab, Sha'ban, when you say you feel the month of Rajab, when you are saying about it, the first thing that comes to mind is in the month of Rajab, it's recommended to go for the ziyarat of Imam Rida alayhi salam. And Imam Rida's love is one of that is very felt. It's one of his particularities, where his love is very felt. And similarly, like you said, we need to feel the month of Rajab. So how do we feel it? I mean, for a lot of us, when we need to, obviously we have all these months where we are within our own day-to-day life. Now we've come to the month of Rajab. We need to move from darkness to light. How do you suggest we start off the first baby steps?
Yeah, I usually feel the sweetness of that river, because we have again the tradition that which says that whatever blessings inshallah we are going to have in heaven, those ni'mat, those are just example. The tree, we don't know the actual what is the meaning of tree, what is the meaning of river or fountain. So whatever ni'mat are there, they are made of our a'mal, because over here you will get honey from honeybee, but over there the honey, the sweet of honey, however it would be, that would made of our deeds, our a'mal. So when hadith says this nahr of inna fil jannati nahran min laban, that one, yeah.
Yes.
So that nahr, which is very sweet, is because of sweetness of your thoughts, your relationship, like your positivity towards others, your akhlaq, even your salah, as-salatu qurratu aini, the way you joy, your namaz, your salah. So it all comes from there. So in my early teenage, I used to attend the lectures of Ayatollah Jawad Yamuli, and we have written his book. So he used to come to Jamiatul Zahra. So I remember he used to say all these beautiful stuff. Like he used to make all this Rajab something very tangible for us. He would say, look, your action, look, when you recite, for example, Iqama, the angels, like you're making angels, you're creating angels, and they are coming and just standing behind you, and you're leading them, So when you say very something like the zikr of astaghfirullah, we have, the azkar in Rajab, those azkar, those a'mal has a direct impact on that nahr and river, and why we need that, because because you have asked me to make it simple and something we can picturize, because as a mother we like to do that, especially with our young ones. So for that, I love it, So when you feel with askar, with a'mal, because all the a'mal and askar has direct connection with that month, and on the day of judgment, when that month will form, we will see in whatever form Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala is going to show us, and the personalities, because 13 Rajab is the day of wiladat of Amir al-Mu'minin alayhi salam. So those are just like why Kaaba, why this askar, why nahr, why this wiladat, everything. If you make the map of it, then automatically will connect, the puzzle will solve very easily, inshallah.
That's amazing. Now that you mentioned the Ahlulbayt and their connection to these months, when we go to moving from Rajab to Sha'ban,
exactly.
Sha'ban is the month of the
Again.
Ahlulbayt, from 3rd, 4th, 5th, 15th. 15th is the birth of the one who's going to come and remove all this tyranny and oppression and establish full justice over the world. And he's the one we await for, and he's the one. So when we come to Sha'ban, one of them is obviously reciting Munajat Sha'baniyah, and it's and a lot of the Urafa, they talk about reciting it constantly in the month of Sha'ban, even if it is just a few bits of it in the Qunut or someone Salatul Layl. And so can you maybe walk us through a bit about Munajat Sha'baniyah and its effects, and how should a person put that into their life, considering that sometimes, again, it can be a bit difficult to recite it every day. So how would a person try and incorporate this, and how do we connect this to Imam Mahdi, and how do we a lot of the times I get these questions a lot. How do I connect to Imam Mahdi? How do I know Imam Mahdi is happy with me? For us, those who await for the Imam a lot, it is one of your greatest it's something that you really fear, that what if he comes and he's not happy with me, then what will I do? So Sha'ban is the perfect month to maybe better that connection? It's like, every birthday we do something to make that person feel very special in this tangible world. So how do we use that to have a better connection, or at least better ourselves and get a grasp of his nur, or maybe get a few sprinkles of his nur to lighten our lives?
Subhanallah. Okay, first of all, I think we have to change our mindset about our present Imam.
Yes.
Imam of the time, Imam Mahdi Ajalallah Ta'ala Farajahu Sharif, he is never ever in front of us to question us. The way, unfortunately, we look at him that, how will we happen if he's not happy from me? He's always beside us, like helping us, supporting us. If we do some mistakes, he say, let's make it fix. Let's do together. Let's like wash whatever dirt you have. He is with us. He is, because he's definitely Rahmatul lil Alameen, because this title is only for final Imam and final Prophet, only for finals one. Khatam al-Nabiyyin and Khatam al-Wasiyyin. So it's a rahmah, full of love, because we never seen any Imam's physical presence in our life. In Farsi we say we are nadide.
Yes.
we are so much deprived. So therefore we don't know how one Imam can be very, very like his affection, his love, his how much he's expressive in his love. We don't know.
There is a beautiful hadith from Imam Rida alayhi salam, in that long hadith where he tells one of his companions, where he's describing the qualities of an Imam. Al-Imam wal-Anis al-Rafiq
أخو
wal-Akhu
الشقيق
shaqiq.
والأم يا أم برا لولد الصغير والأب الشفيق. So أبي الشفيق أخي الشقيق. شقيق, one of the meaning is that like a twin, like not like not only he's like a very kind brother, no, like something like very similar, like in one page, in one أخو الشقيق, like a twins. Look at the emphasize. So we don't take him as a rafiq. So what we have learned from the maktab of Ahlulbayt alayhi salam, especially about Munajat Sha'baniyah, unfortunately, still this Munajat is not that much common in our community, in our society. No one that much knows that the only Munajat, I think, which has been recited, by each Imam and Ma'soom, is Munajat. Like we know, like otherwise we don't know so many things. But what we know, the beautiful sanad which we have, and we are in that position of yaqeen, is about Munajat Sha'baniyah. So when we are reciting even one statement of that Munajat, we literally connect with 14 Ma'soomeen. We feel that, the same meaning. Sometimes when my father used to tell me that, nowadays, Ayatollah, for example, any marja, he's eating this kind of food, and I'm eating too. They have some, kind of meeting and discussion. So I would, look at him with so much envy. This, wow, he's eating really healthy food. He knows, how Ayatollah Sistani starts his day. And then I say to myself, but we all know about our spiritual food, that how our Imam used to connect to Allah Tabaraka wa Ta'ala. So literally, I know this is the Munajat, that beautiful whisperings and najwa by which Imam alayhimus salam, they used to take the benefit of this month. So already I have all of them, in front of me, alhamdulillah, and we are thanking all the we can say Raviyan, the narrators, the ulama, whoever work hard to save all this treasure for us. So alhamdulillah, with so many sacrifices, we got this munajat. Today we can read it out. So I remember this one, إلهي ألحقني بنور عزك الأبهج فأكون لك عارفة. This one, this is the last part of Munajat Sha'baniyah, which is the part of our qunut, because our teacher used to recite it and used to tell us, and even Imam Khomeini used to recite that Kamal al-Inqata ilayk one, that one was his famous, so we always used to recite that one. So the way you have mentioned it, that we can just pick few definitely paragraphs and few statements of that beautiful treasure, like we shouldn't miss out. آبداری آور اگر نتوان کشید هم به قدر تشنگی باید چشید. We don't have that much maybe capacity or time, or I don't know, sa'adat tawfiq to take all munajat, but still take whatever we can, inshallah. So emphasizing on munajat is really important. I think you need to inshallah, you are doing so many tabligh work, so you can make some sharh commentary of here and there, few phrases of this munajat, inshallah.
That is a very good idea. Munajat Sha'baniyah, alhamdulillah, living in Qom and having the blessing of all the scholars over here means that we have a lot of access to a lot of the commentaries on different du'as. I think every du'a has a commentary already written on it and explained, and I think as soon as Shaban starts, all the scholars as well go on the members and start reciting about this dua and encouraging, and especially going to the haram as well. There's like every night they'll have a munajat Sha'baniyah, almost every night they'll have it as one of their, alhamdulillah, this is one of the great blessings that we do have. Now going on to the month of Ramadan. Month of Ramadan, it's the first 20 days of fasting, and then we come to Laylatul Qadr. After 20 days of fasting, there is this closeness that we have to Allah. Like we have the hadith that talks, the one who fasts, Allah is his gift. Allah, it's not like they get another gift. It's just Allah Himself is what they get. Now, coming to Laylatul Qadr, I personally feel very weak when it comes to Laylatul Qadr. It's been 19 days of fasting. 23rd, it's like you almost just scraping through now. So how do we make use of these nights, especially with, a lot of mothers may have very small babies as well who they have to nurse, and then on top of that they have to fast. By the time it comes to Laylatul Qadr, it's just like you want to feel the energy, but physically you might be a bit weaker. But how do we enhance that spiritual energy within ourselves? Because physical and spiritual, while they may be connected, someone can feel physically weak but still feel spiritually strong. So how do they get that? How do we enhance the spiritual energy within ourselves, so when we come to the month of Ramadan, especially the nights of Laylatul Qadr, we are we're full of energy within ourselves?
Yeah, first of all, I would like to ask the fathers to support their, like wives, because hunna libasun lakum antum libasun lahunna, and one of the libas and garment is the libas of taqwa, the libas of ibadah, the libas of amal shabi qadr. So I want to provide you that libas taqwa. Like I have seen many maraji, they say to their wives that you go and pray on time. I will take care of a baby, because it's not necessary that I'm always on time, like I do proper ibadat, but you can't do it because of the baby. So first of all that, and second, we can learn again from this beautiful institute of Hazrat Fatima Zahra Salamullah Alaiha, the way she used to take care of the food. Like the food has impact on our mood and energy and the sleep, and how energetic we can feel by whatever we are feeding ourselves. So that part is always there for mothers, for wives,
Food on its own, or food, like basically, obviously when we were starting Hausa, one of the first things the akhlaq teacher would tell us is wudu, whatever you cook has to be with wudu. And that will impact how you study. That's going to impact all your studies. It's going to impact outside your studies. So when it comes to food, apart from wudu, would there be any other recommendations?
Like the impact, the way we do in prophetic medicine,
Okay.
like for example, when we go to Karbala, we eat lentils because it gives more tears, more emotions. So the same way, like for example, saffron brings your mood very happy, and you feel very joyful, because some food gives you very good positive energy. So those kind of studies, I think, therefore Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala didn't put any pressure on mothers, like everything is not wajib upon her to do the house chore and earning, but this kind of things are wajib, tarbiyati. So if she sits and study a bit that what kind of food really impact on me and my child or my family member, and what is available in my country, my city, what can I do, so that would be so nice. And one more thing which I have learned from Lady Najma Khatun Salamullah alayha, the mother of Imam Rada Hazrat Ma'asuma Salamullah alayhima, that after having Imam Rada alayhi salam, like Imam, but still Lady Najma Salamullah alayha, she's asking from her husband that I need a helper, a support, because I wanna have that me times for a'mal, for azkar, for wird, for ibadat. So that like really first time when I read it, it made me think about, because we sometimes as a mother, we say, okay, this tarbiyah, this itself is ibadat, like the way our maybe husbands, they say, this is your duty, this is ibadat, so you do it. So but that kind of demand, expectation from a mother of Imam, not an ordinary child. So I was thinking maybe this tradition is not that authentic. Then Ayatollah Ahmad Abidi, I think he's my teacher. So when he started to talk about it, then I said, wow, this which I used to always read, it's really authentic. So it makes sense that we as a mother, we need some breaks. We need to pay attention on our own wird, zikr, a'mal, not with definitely bad, like we shouldn't make chaos in the house, like we have to be very flexible, no doubt. Our first priority is definitely children. I'm not denying that part, but I'm saying don't always be very lenient about your time. Like make sure, the way we make sure that I have to get enough sleep, the way we say I need something to do, some exercise. So this exercise, this workout out is also really important. So don't say, okay, because I have small children, I can't do it. No, because it's only 3 nights in the year, So if you start your journey from takhliya to tahliya to tajliya, so you have done our takhliya, inshallah, in the month of Rajab. Then tahliya, we hulul, we adopt all the beautiful attributes of Allah Tabarak wa Ta'ala within ourselves. Now this is a time of, jalwa, be manifestation. So we shouldn't take it easy. We have to grasp all this opportunity. So if we are really zoom, focus, and we know the importance, the way we know about the outer beauty is important, so we make sure I have to have some time. So that kind of ma'arifah is also really, really, really important. Yeah, so that would have more impact on our job, our mission of bringing our children, inshallah.
And if we are able to purify the inner self, then that will transfer into our children through our actions, the cooking of the food, because we are the ones who do most of the cooking. It transfers through our daily life activities. And with that, we would obviously, now that we've covered month of Rajab, Sha'ban, and month of Ramadan, do you have any final points, any final advices on a general basis for everyone? Something on how to make on a final sort of conclusive advice?
I'm just enjoying your, mashallah, beautiful conversation, your wisdom.
My wisdom?
Really, mashallah, mashallah. I know you are a very practicing, mashallah, mother and a beautiful student of the Hoza. One thing which I have noticed, that we as a mother, especially, we shouldn't that much put pressure, negative pressure on ourselves. Like if, for example, if I don't have a supporting family members, for example, if my like elder children, they are not taking care of little one, or my spouse is not that much helping, so I shouldn't be negative. Like sometimes I want to achieve, for example, I really want to recite Munajat Sha'baniyah, or I want to complete this Quran in the month of Ramadan. That is my goal. Yeah, for reaching that goal, that nur, that light, I I'm just maybe producing so many darkness. Like say, no, I want to reach there. So my father used to always say that don't do many scary, khatarnak mustahabbat. Because some mustahabbat are really khatarnak. Because we say, I want to keep majlis in my house. It should be on time and this and that, and then I'm maybe hurting so many people. So Imam Hussein doesn't want that from me. So I really want to finish my Quran, and for that maybe I'm like not fulfilling my basic duties. Yeah,
Or screaming at the
Yeah.
children to keep
Yeah,
quiet for a few
yeah.
minutes.
So take care of that. Like for sometimes we I don't know, we aim for uh, gold and we give away diamond, so that would be a not in our benefit. So go according to your situation, because it's easy to say, although even I'm having so many challenges in my life, you are having yours, so nothing is perfect, but you have to be razi birizaila. You're trying, you have to know, you have to make that beautiful niyat planning. But if something comes in that planning, be razi, satisfy, because the things which are not in your control, don't be stressed, because that stress is killing our nur and a'mal.
Go along with Allah's plan.
Exactly.
Because at the end of the day, Allah knows what's best for you, and He's going to take you where you want to go. It's just your intention. Our intention is vital in all of it, and it's at the end of the day, it's on Allah to take us ahead in our journey.
Definitely.
And with that, we conclude our program for today with Aalima Razia Batool Najafi. It was honestly an honor to have this session with you, and the way you have made it very tangible, I think is very beneficial, especially in this world where abstract thinking can sometimes be quite difficult.
Exactly.
And it was an honor, and thank you so much for giving us your time today. And with that, we conclude. Thank you.